One of the breaking news stories in this hour, and it's always drive that the stories seem to come out, was the news that the Princess of Wales, the amazing Kate Middleton, visited the Royal Marsden Cancer Hospital this afternoon to say thank you to the staff who treated her so well during her battle with the horrible disease. She admitted it was a relief to now be in remission, and she says that she's looking forward to a fulfilling year ahead. She thanked the staff. We've got Robert Jobson, the Royal Editor, 2 days in a row. He's very popular. Welcome back to Drive. How are you, my friend?
Very good, Jeremy, very good.
Can I just say before we talk about Kate, the difference between today and yesterday, we're talking about the disaster tourists, Meghan and Harry, you know, out there for a photo opportunity. And today we have class in a glass, a woman who has maintained a dignity through her cancer battle, who just seems to call it, Robert, right the whole time, doesn't she? Whenever, I mean, she doesn't seem to need help to just call it correctly.
And the other thing, Jeremy, actually, you've got to give credit to the palace for the way they handled it. There were no people outside. This is a working hospital, the Royal Marsden. There were no paparazzi or loads of photographers outside. There was just a photographer inside covering the event. It was all done very, very well and organised. So I think that was... So there wasn't a mass hysteria that we seem to suggest that comes around with the Royals. It was beautifully handled. I think she just wanted to say thank you to those staff. That, I mean, we didn't even know she was going to the Royal Marsden, is the truth. That's how under wraps it's been. And I think she's just showed her true class the way she handled it all. And some of the things she was saying, thank you to the nurses and to the other people that were being treated and going through what she's been through in terms of the chemo. She was there to give encouragement, and you could see the smiles on people's faces and as she was hugging them, and it was genuine. It was a really important visit.
And I think those sorts of moments are when, you know, and the Royals always important to me growing up, as you know, but those are the very moments where you can touch the British people and provide solace or hope or direction or whatever. And I go back to it for a reason, because the minute I saw that today, I thought, I want to get Robert back on, because we did talk yesterday about these two wannabes who deliberately, quite rightly in their minds, and I didn't have a problem with this, decided to turn their backs on the monarchy and then systematically used almost every opportunity, every photo opportunity to try and either knock it or make money from it. And yesterday those appalling pictures, I mean, what's happening in LA is disgusting and awful and wrong, and God knows why or how or whatever, but and people's lives are being decimated. And it doesn't matter what you earn or who you are, to lose your home must be awful. There we saw them handing out sandwiches, and then of course immediately we hear, oh, she's decided to stop with her current Netflix show because, you know, helping out with the fires. You don't get that with Kate. You don't.
Greetings, esteemed viewers, and welcome to the Sussex Ambassador channel. This is your hub for unfiltered, objective analysis on all things royal. We pride ourselves in unpacking the stories that the mainstream media often overlooks, and today is no different. So if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button to stay informed with our regular updates. Now, without further ado, let's delve into today's topic of discussion. In the realm of royal discussions, two names often appear more than any others: Jeremy Kyle and Robert Jobson. Now let's introduce these two gentlemen, shall we? Jeremy Kyle, a British television and radio presenter known for his confrontational style, and Robert Jobson, a royal correspondent who's been covering the monarchy for over 3 decades, seemingly obsessed with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Listening to their discussions, it's hard to miss the frequency at which Harry and Meghan's names crop up. It's almost as if they're the main ingredient in their royal commentary recipe. Some might argue it's part of their job to cover all aspects of the royal family, but it seems to go beyond that. The fascination appears to be more personal than professional. Take a recent discussion about Kate Middleton, for example. While the focus should have been on the Duchess of Cambridge, somehow our duo managed to steer the conversation towards Harry and Meghan. It was as if they were using Kate as a mere springboard to dive back into the Meghan and Harry pool. Almost like they needed the Sussexes to give their story that extra bit of spice. This obsession, it's not a one-off incident. It's a pattern, a recurring theme in their narratives. Harry and Meghan have stepped back from the royal limelight, yet they're still the centre of attention, at least in the eyes of Kyle and Jobson. It's as if these two men are caught in a bizarre game of tag, with Harry and Meghan as the perpetual it. They're constantly chasing after them, dissecting their every move, their every word, their every blink. It's almost as if they're living vicariously through the Sussexes' lives, their actions serving as fodder for their incessant commentary. The question then is, why are these two men fixated on Harry and Meghan? Is it professional necessity, personal interest, or a blend of both? But we'll delve into that in the next scene, so stay tuned. One striking example of this obsession lies in their discussion about Kate Middleton's health. For Jeremy Kyle and Robert Jobson, it seems. There they were, deep in conversation about Kate's health issues, when out of nowhere, Harry and Meghan's names popped up. It was as if they were playing a game of royal bingo, and any conversation about the royals would be incomplete without checking off the Harry and Meghan box. It's like they've got this strange compulsion, an itch they just have to scratch. It's not only irrelevant, it's downright disrespectful. They may argue that Harry and Meghan are part of the royal family, and therefore deserve to be part of the conversation. But we all know that's not the case. This isn't about keeping the conversation inclusive. No, this is about their obsession. It's almost as if they believe their discussions would be less interesting, less engaging without the mention of Harry and Meghan, as if the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are the secret ingredients to their conversational success. But let's be clear, this isn't about providing balanced coverage or ensuring all voices are heard. This is about an unquenchable thirst for Harry and Meghan content, a need to mention them in every story, every conversation, every discussion. It's a testament to their obsession, a sign that they can't seem to shake off. Harry and Meghan have moved on, carving out their own path away from the royal family. Yet, it seems Robert Jobson and Jeremy Kyle are stuck in a loop, unable to move past their obsession. It seems that for them, no royal discussion is complete without a mention of Harry and Meghan. Perhaps it's time for them to take a step back, reassess their priorities, and realise that there is more to the royal family, more to the world than just Harry and Meghan. But this is not an isolated incident, far from it. Indeed, the fascination of Robert Jobson and Jeremy Kyle with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle extends far beyond this one discussion. It's like a constant hum in the background, always there, always persistent. Their obsession is a labyrinth of insatiable curiosity and an unquenchable thirst for gossip, which they seemingly can't resist. Take another instance, for example. During a panel discussion about climate change, a topic as far removed from royal affairs as can be, they somehow found a way to weave Harry and Meghan into the narrative. They spoke of the couple's alleged hypocrisy, their private jets, their large carbon footprint, all while ostensibly discussing the melting polar ice caps. Then there was the time they were discussing the latest James Bond film. Out of the blue, they started speculating about whether Meghan would ever consider a return to acting, even going so far as to wonder if she might one day play a Bond girl. It was as if they were playing a bizarre game of 6 degrees of Harry and Meghan, finding any opportunity to bring them into the conversation. And let's not forget the countless times they've broached the subject of Harry and Meghan during their discussions about Kate Middleton. It's almost as if they can't discuss Kate without mentioning Harry and Meghan, like a reflex action, an automatic response. So, what does this all mean? It's not just idle curiosity or casual interest, this is an obsession, a fixation. Their constant need to discuss Harry and Meghan, to dissect their every move, every word, every gesture, it's more than just passing interest. It's a fascination that borders on the obsessive. They seem to be drawn to Harry and Meghan like moths to a flame, unable to resist the allure of their star power, their charisma, their intrigue. They weave them into every narrative, every story, every discussion, regardless of relevance or appropriateness. It's clear that these two are more than just interested in Harry and Meghan. They're obsessed. So, what can we conclude from this? From our in-depth analysis, it's clear that Robert Jobson and Jeremy Kyle's fascination with Harry and Meghan is more than just a passing interest. It's an obsession that seems to permeate every conversation, every discussion, no matter the topic at hand. Their incessant need to inject Harry and Meghan into their narratives is not only distracting, but also detracts from the essence of their discussions. In their recent dialogue about Kate Middleton, for instance, the Duchess of Cambridge's story was overshadowed by their fixation on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. One cannot help but question their ability to present an unbiased perspective when their focus is so singularly honed in on two individuals. This obsession paints a picture of two commentators who are unable to separate their personal interests from their professional discourse. It's a concerning trend, one that undermines their credibility and the quality of their discussions. In the grand tapestry of the royal family, Harry and Meghan are but two threads, yet they are the threads that Jobson and Kyle seem unable to overlook. Thank you for joining us today. Remember to subscribe for more insightful discussions. Until next time, this is Sussex Ambassador signing off.